all of us bear this sort of posture of stewardship and responsibility towards songwriting, and being mindful of writing songs for a season, for a time, and how like God in all his mystery and wonder could have you like write a song at this point in time that's actually to mark another season in time. And that's what I think is actually really cool about Heal Our Land, is how it's like, wow, we didn't even have a clue. I mean, I think of us sitting at that writing retreat in that room, hearing Heal Our Land for the first time, and we were all just silent at the end of it. It was so powerful, and we knew that there was something special on it. And we felt that then, but we would have never known that this song would be even more for now than that point in time.
I agree. I remember being in, the home that we were staying in. First of all, I remember the summit, and I believe it came from Pastor Rick sharing his heart with us about, what the Lord put on his heart, songs he wanted to see. And I just think about how important it is and how beautiful it is to be connected to our pastor and our shepherd, to hear what the Lord is speaking to him, and then being able to take that. And so that was our posture, was revival. And Tim said, who knew that we were writing that how revival was going to take place? Because we're seeing revival today, but who knew in that space that it was going to take shape the way that it has? And I remember being with Josh Miller, I think, and Mikey, just in that room, just kind of, working through it, and the Lord, that him, because I just always believe that there's something to pull from the saints that have gone before us, who have written these songs that have stood the test of time. And there's just power about a new generation standing in agreement with our older generations, declaring these truths about revival. And so I just remember there just being that special connection. And as Josh Miller could attest, the song has taken different form and different shapes through the time, but I feel like where it is today is what is so needed. And I'm just honored to be a part of it, and it's so amazing to see God's faithfulness.
I remember the summit, I'm sure you guys can too, is early January or late January 2019, and Pastor Rick comes in and, like he always does, just drops gold. And I wasn't ready for what he was about to say, and he started saying phrases like setting our sails to the wind that God's going to bring. And when I hear a phrase like that, I immediately just kind of sit back in my chair and try to get ready for what the Lord is going to speak through our pastor. And he started speaking from 2 Chronicles 7:14. It just says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. And I remember the whole room just being so ready for whatever God was about to do. And this was the beginning of 2019. And I remember Pastor just alluding to the fact that we have a part to play in revival. Like the scripture starts off with, if my people, and there's some ownership, I think, that we have to take in that. There's some work to be done on our part. And just seeing Pastor's excitement for revival was really cool to see him get excited for what God was about to bring, and that we were going to be a church that was found faithful in doing our part to be ready to receive that fresh wind, to set our sails to that fresh wind. And I just remember we had a writing retreat not too long from that, and the guys got together in that room, and like we mostly do, we sit down and we have notes from our pastor, from you, John, and Steph, and from team nights, and we're trying to put pen to paper, trying to follow the heartbeat of our church. And if we hear our pastor talk about revival, man, we can't wait to write about it. And we just try to dissect that scripture, and hopefully it's an offering unto the Lord, and hopefully he, finds that beautiful.
Oh God,